Robert S. Cohen, College 54, Law 57. I emphasize the middle initial because, believe it or not, we had two Bob Cohens in our class. One was Robert B., who came from Connecticut, and because he was the epitome of sartorial splendor, he was known as Ivy Bob, and I was Philadelphia Bob. For 6.5 years, I got on a trolley car and came to Penn undergrad, the college, and then to law school. One of these questions is, how did you become a student at Penn Law? From the time I was 14 or 15, I knew I was going to be a lawyer, and I wouldn't let anybody try to convince me otherwise. The quality of law schools in this area at that time left something to be desired other than Penn. I applied to Penn and prayed, and I was accepted. I don't necessarily remember my first day at law school. I do remember that after the end of my first year, I truly wondered how anybody could go through life without a law school education. I thought I knew how to think. I thought I knew how to analyze, but I really began to learn how to do those tasks in law school. I would guess that one of the most vivid memories for me and for so many other law students was the first day in evidence with Leo Levin, when all of a sudden the doors opened, the windows opened, people were running in and out. The whole thing took maybe a minute or a minute and a half, and it was over. And then Professor Levin asks, "What did you see?" So much for eyewitness testimony. It was a real eye-opener, and everybody remembers that. The physical plant was a little bit different. We didn't have desks. We had these little tables that were about 2 feet by 1.5 feet, and that's what you sat at. We spent a lot of time in the library, studying, talking. Law clubs meant an awful lot. To this day, I can still recall the accent of Clarence Morris, who taught us torts, and that was quite an experience as well. We had some great faculty, we really did. And you learned something from every one of them, because they sure as hell were different. My classmates that I studied with, those of us who are still alive, we still stay in touch. We were a small class. We started with, I think it was 143. Only 99 graduated because, believe it or not, most of those who didn't think they wanted to be a lawyer, and I could never understand that. We started out with 7 women. We graduated 4. Obviously, very, very bright people, because they had to be, otherwise they wouldn't have gotten into this school, or any school at that time. Law school meant a great deal to me. It provided me with a career, and for that I am eternally grateful.